So now in this session, we'll start a new chapter, that is data handling chapter 5, and today we'll do only one question, that is question number 2 from exercise 5.1. So in this question number 2, we have two parts. That is, in the first part we have to do frequency distribution table, and in the second part, with the help of the frequency distribution table that we'll draw, with that we have to draw one bar graph. So the two questions we'll do. Okay, let's do the first part of question number 2. So here we have to do frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution table. Okay, so what is a frequency distribution table? So a table which will have an information of all the datas, okay, where the proper frequency, that frequency means how many times that number has occurred, so we'll give the information along with the tally mark. Okay, so in question number 2 you can find that there are some group of letters are given, okay, and each letter represents some specific gender. That is, M represents man, W represents a woman, B represents boy, and G represents girl. So these are all the different type of shoppers. Okay, they go to the department stores and they buy something. So they have been considered as that these are the 4 groups which normally shop in a departmental store. Fine. So first let me draw one box. Now in this box you have to divide this box into 3 equal halves. Okay, not equal half, but you have to divide the box into 3 parts. Fine. Now first part would be shoppers. Second column will be named as tally mark, and the last one should be always frequency. So these 2 parts will be always constant, that is tally mark and frequency. This is a variable term because it depends on the question. In this question it is all about shoppers. Might be in another question it would be about marks. In other question might be it would be about number of students. Fine, about students. So this part is a variable, but these 2 column will be same for all the frequency distribution table. Fine. Now we have 4 type of groups, so we'll divide this box into another 4 parts. Okay, now we'll consider this first part as W, then M, then B, and then G. Okay, because we have 4 type of groups, isn't it? These are the 4 types of shoppers. Now how many W's are there? So you have to count it now. So if you count it carefully, you will get there are 28 shoppers, 28 women. So how to write 28 in case of tally mark? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would be written like this. So this is a pair of 5. Now we have to divide 28 into the pair of 5s. Okay, that is how many 5s would be there? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 5. Isn't it? So again 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is what? 13? 15. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, again 5, so this makes 20. So again 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this makes 25, isn't it? How many more we have to draw? 3, 1, 2, 3, so that makes 28. So this is how you have to distribute the data in the form of tally mark, and in the frequency chart you have to just write 28 in digit form. Now how many M are there? So if you count it carefully, there would be 15. There you will find 15 M's are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will draw the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there are 3 pairs of 5. So that makes 15. How many B are there? There are only 5 B's are there. Okay. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it would be 5. Okay, and how many G's are there? There are 12 G's. 12 G's means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 12. now let's do it. So let's cut this. Okay, so this is all about frequency distribution table. So this is the first part of question number 2. Now in second part, you have to draw a bar graph. Okay, so for bar graph you can use graph paper, which is very suitable, and if not, then you can draw it in a single line copy also, no issue. Now how to draw a bar graph? With the help of this frequency distribution table. Now we have a complete information about the data, that how many W are there, 28, how many M are there, 15, how many boys are there, 5, and how many girls are there, 12. Now with the help of this data, we will draw one bar graph. Now to draw a bar graph, the first thing that you have to draw is, you have to draw one L shape. L, you have to draw one L like this. Okay, now this vertical line will be considered as Y, and this horizontal line will be considered as X. Okay, remember that. Just a minute. Please use scale. Okay, students, please use scale. Now this is X. Okay, now we have to divide it into equal intervals, and same thing you have to do with the Y axis also. Okay, now this X axis will be considered as shoppers. You have to write it down, and this vertical line will be considered as number of shoppers. Okay, let's write shoppers. So this Y line represents number of shoppers, and this X line represents shoppers. So how many groups of shoppers are there? W, M, B and G. So we'll write it here. So W, M, B and G. These are the 4 groups of shoppers. Now what is the maximum number out here? 28. So we have to divide these scales. That is, this will be considered as 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay. So how much is W? How many women are there? 28 women are there. So how to represent it? You see, in between 25 and 30, 28 will lie, isn't it? So in between 25 and 30, there will be 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So after 25, the first line will be considered as 26, then 27, then 28. So the third line represents 28. So you have to be very careful. That is the reason I always prefer to draw the bar graph and histogram in graph copy only. It becomes very easier. Okay, now one thing more. You have to also mention the scales also on the right side, on the right top corner. Okay, that is, one scale would be equals to what? 5 units. So one scale we have taken as what? 5 units, 5, 5, 5, 5. So you have to also mention this information. This is also very important. So one scale would be equals to 5 units. Now how many W's are there? That is, how many women are there? 28. So we'll draw this line. 28. Okay, and we can write women here. Okay, we can write women here. Now what about men? How many men are there? 15 men are there. So where is 15? Here is 15. So we draw a rectangle, another rectangle. So we can write men here. Okay, these 2 rectangles should be apart from each other. Okay, should not be joined, should be apart from each other. Now how many boys are there? How many boys are there? Only 5 boys. So only 5 boys. So we'll write it here. Only 5 boys. So we'll write boys. B-O-Y-S, boys. Okay, please try to fit. And what about girls? How many girls are there? 12. So 12 will lie between 10 and 15. So again there will be 4 lines. Okay, so 10, 11, 12. So 12, here would be 12. Okay, here would be 12. So this is girls. So this should be girls. So write it down, G-I-R-L-S. So this is a required bar graph, students. Be careful with You have to mention that what this x-axis represents, that is shoppers, what this y-axis represents, that is number of shoppers. Fine. And also you have to mention one scale. What is the measure of one scale? These are all very important things. Before you start with the bar graph, these three information you have to give. Then you start off with this the inside part, that is all rectangle part. Okay, before that, first, second, third, these are very important. Okay, so this is a required solution of question number 2, students, and this will carry 4 marks. 2 marks for this, 2 marks for this. Okay, thank you, students. God bless you and stay blessed.